Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Eboni Harris and I'm a licensed relationship therapist. Today we're going to be talking about the communication basics. We want to talk about the 4 C's of clear communication. I am going to start a 5-part series, so this is day 1, and for the rest of this week you'll see a new video every single day about communication. I want to start doing these with a lot of different topics, but today I thought I would start with communication because that really is the basis of a healthy relationship. If you cannot have clear communication, it's really hard to have conversations about those other difficult topics. So check it out. If you're interested, stay tuned and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back to discuss the 4 steps that you need to master to have clear communication. So step 1 is pretty simple. It is that you're going to communicate a clear message. It is important that you are very clear in what you're trying to tell someone else. So if you're the person that's bringing up a conversation or talking about something that's uncomfortable, get your mind right, get the message shortened, and be clear about what you're trying to say to the other person. So step 2 is for the person that is receiving the message, right? So when we communicate, we have one person that gives the message and one person that receives it. So step 2 is for the person that receives it. Step 2 is to understand and clarify that you got the correct message. There are so many times someone tells us something and we just start talking about what we think they told us, even if they told us something completely different. So you want to make sure that you take time to clarify. Is this what you were trying to say to me? Is this what you were interested in us talking about? I just want to make sure I'm on the same page as you. You can repeat back what they say verbatim, or you can give a quick summary. And always look for that clarification. If you say it back, that person will be like, yeah, that's exactly right. Or, well, no, not really. This is kind of what I meant, right? So you want to look for them to give you that validation that, yes, this is exactly what I want to talk about. So that is step 2. Step 3 is to calm your emotions. We get all worked up when someone says something to us, when someone has a frustration or a critique or just have something they would like to share with us. We get nervous, we get defensive, and we get anxious. And that causes us to react in a negative way. So once you hear the message and once you clarify, you have to breathe. You have to calm your emotions. Calm down before you respond. Sometimes you have to put step 3 ahead of step 2. Sometimes before you say anything, before you even try to clarify, you have to calm yourself. So just take the time you need, whatever that looks like, to get yourself in a space of understanding that this is a conversation being done out of love and not because they're trying to attack you. Once you can get to that space, then you can move on to responding to the message. You want to give a clear response. You want to clearly respond to only the message that was given to you. So that is what we're talking about. We're only going to talk about this thing. We're not going to talk about all these other things that are all around it. We're going to talk about this message. So just clearly respond to the message, and then you can kind of keep the conversation going from there. Remember, this is for the beginning of a conversation. We do this to make sure that everybody's on the same page, and so there's no confusion about what we're actually talking about. And so both people can feel like they have been heard. We're not moving into the problem-solving part yet. We're just trying to make sure that we're talking about the same thing, because a lot of times what happens is we start talking about this, and then all of a sudden we've moved on to 20 other things that have caused problems, or we're just arguing about the way we argue. So if you want to avoid those things, try these 4 steps. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Like I said, every day this week we'll be going through those 4 steps and explaining them a little bit more in detail. But give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow.